All right, guys, what is up? Ray here again from the OTR trading community. I'm going to be breaking down today's trades for you and really giving you a sense of what I took, the reason I took it. I might not give you all the sauce, but you're going to get a lot of detail here. All right. First things first, let me show you a quick replay of how the open worked out. Okay. So once the open ripped up a candle, we have our 930 right here. Once we have our 930 right here, this then broke the zone of the 1 minute candle and gave us a continuation up. It did that with force, and then I was able to take a continuation up from there, and I was able to snag basically 10 points on this play. I snagged, this is locked, right? That's why. So I snagged 9.75 points on this play right here. And it did continue to go up, but once it dropped back down, my automatic trailing stop took me out of the play, right? So what I always do on these open plays or close to the open is I have a trailing stop in automatic settings. You can do that as well by just moving your stop with you. Just make sure that you're on the ball with it. You're moving it as you go. If you play the way I play, of course. Obviously, it's not financial advice. Check that top left-hand corner. Um, but if you're going to play it the way I play it, that's what I do. So off the opening bell, what I was waiting to see happen is one of two things. This drop below or above the 1 minute candle. And then I want to see a strong push and a continuation. We got the strong push a little higher up than I would like, but then we had a little tiny drawback, and then we got into the play right away. Okay. We were able to smash out that play and move on from the open. Now, let's watch as orb or opening range break forms. Okay. This forms. We basically want to see it pop out the top or a pop out the bottom, right? Everybody knows this by now. But what we want to do on the 1 minute time frame, especially, is we want to let it break out of the zone. Then we want to see a nice pullback and then break out of the zone again, right? So here's exactly how the plays went down. And you'll see my position on the board a little later on. You can already see it on your screen. But we didn't take anything yet, right? We're still waiting for this thing to form. Um, right here would have been an amazing entry. Unfortunately, those of you that are on the live know I had to step away from the computer for a second, and I didn't get to enter this play, and I didn't get to call it out for you, but I would have loved to taken this right here based off of that tap of our mid zone and rejection. And as soon as it got into the candle part of it, we would have hit full TP, um, obviously, and then some. Perfectly fine. We didn't end up taking that. I'm okay with it. Let the day move on. Now, notice we keep breaking out of the zone. You notice I have a line here on the chart because I start marking out where it broke out of the zone before and why is it doing that. And it's giving us the same support level or resistance level as before. So now we want to break that support, which as soon as we did that, we broke the support. I took the play up, but unfortunately, it did stop me out as this play. I'm going to rewind it just so you guys can see a little bit slower motion here. Um, as this play is moving itself up, it pulled up, then pulled right back down to my stop, and then tap me out. So it pulled up, right back down to my stop right here, tap me out, and then watch what happens. Right, tap me out just enough that it kept going enough to get some points. And then I was able to jump in once again off of a continuation. I don't believe that's where I took my other position. Oh, there it is. There's my other position right here. Off the 3 bar here is where I was able to snag 4 points and stay even more up on the green or up on the day in green. And that's where we ended it. So I took 3 plays in total today. The open play at basically 9:33, and we waited a whole another hour, basically 10:33 or 10, yeah, 10:33. It looks like we got stopped out It just barely stopped me out and then kept going. I used a tighter stop today because my open was so good that I didn't want to give any money back today. Um, Generally speaking, $2 or 2.5 stop, 2.5 point stop on ES is going to be okay on a general day. Okay. But today, if we look at all of these candles and all of these wicks, everything was just really bouncy and really wicky and really, bigger, bigger ATR. So average true range of the candle is a lot bigger today than it normally would be on a normal day. But it's Freaky Friday. What do you expect, right? We know that we're going to deal with these things, and this is how we fade our ideas and not take the plays when they're not fully presenting themselves, by just relaxing, understanding that if we miss the play, we miss the play. If we don't catch what we want to catch, we'll catch the next one. If that doesn't show up, we'll show up tomorrow and we'll make triple what we were supposed to lose today if we were to push it, right? So that's the main thing in trading is like, the person who's going to win in the end of the day isn't the person that's going to, win every single play and they're the greatest that lived. It's the person that doesn't lose their capital. It's the person who saves the most money on losing days. Let that sink into your head because that's very important. Okay. We lost the second play. We stayed cool. We waited for another opportunity, basically based on, a continuation, knowing we weren't going to get the full amount, but I had areas up above where I wanted to reach. And unfortunately, it didn't make it there. But let's watch how the rest of the day played out just so you can see. Right. We ended up pulling back heavy into the zone. And if you guys notice, I was done trading for the day because I had taken my 3 plays, 2 wins and a loss. I'm totally 100% good with that. Okay. You guys notice we have yet another breakout from the zone right here. Basically, I would say right there is a good entry because it's already broke out of the zone, came back in the zone and broke out again. And you would have, been able to snag some really good points off this, right? So let's actually, this is our full TP on a normal day. Your 1 to 3 would have been hit with the same stop loss that you would always use, if not better, right? And you would have hit full TP. But the thing with me is like I took my shot, I missed my shot, I live to fight another day. Sure, could I look for more money in the market? Yes, I could look for more money, but I could also lose more money while trying to look for it. When you go up in your plays, understand, the probability, the more plays you take starts to drop. And if you drop in your probability, then you risk your capital. This is all about actual capital and mental capital at the same time. We're okay with waiting. We're okay fading ideas. We're okay down here not FOMOing when we miss our idea just because we had to go to the washroom or something like that in between, which is what I had to do. You miss your opportunity, so relax. You don't have to worry about jumping into the very first thing, right? How we're gonna save ourselves in the long run is by doing this day in and day out and sticking to our plan, sticking to our 1 to 3, sticking to our 2 to 3 trades per day max. If it's outside of your time frame, don't touch it. If it's outside of your parameters, don't touch it. If you're not 100% confident in the play you're taking, don't touch it. Just wait. Now, that being said, there is, there is going to be times where your play is working amazing and you have to be able to capitalize on that, right? So that means staying sharp, understanding what you're doing, back testing your strategy, going over the day like what I'm doing now and giving you a trade review. Do that for yourselves. Understand where you went right, understand where you went wrong, and understand the variables that happen on the day to day, right? That's another trade recap from me. I will drop this in the YouTube and I will drop this in the Discord for you guys to see it. And I will see you guys Monday morning for New York session open and Asia, 8 p.m. For another trade session. Okay. Have a good weekend.